my people, and hoping you're doing fine. And it's your girl Millie, and here we say that life is still beautiful no matter what we go through. We may go through tough situations, we may go through hard times, we may go through beautiful times, but all we need to do is to enjoy the beauty of life, because life will always and is always beautiful no matter what we go through. So guys, as you can see, I'm out in the fields. I came for some sightseeing, and so welcome for today's video. And this is Millie Kihiu Beautiful Life. Our channel name is Millie Kihiu Beautiful Life. Please, if you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. If you have subscribed, feel at home, you are family. And for those who are coming back, please, we say thank you for coming back. Here is always home. Guys, we are on the journey to 1,000 subscribers. I know that there are some of my friends who are always watching my videos. They always send me reviews. They always send me comments, but unfortunately, hatuja subscribe. Please consider subscribing so that we can get to 1,000 subscribers and we can be able to do business now with pride. So guys, I came to this place and I thought that why don't I talk about a time to talk to myself? In such a place like here, it is the best place where I can sit, think about my life, meditate about so many things, so many issues of life. And so guys, I decided, why don't I talk about a moment to talk to myself? So this comes, there always comes a time in life when we come to our senses. You know, when we start thinking right, when we start seeing things the way they are, we start seeing everything as it is, without a shadow around it, without a shadow covering it. There always comes a time when we have a reflection. We have a time to look at things the way they are. And so, this is a time for a serious talk to ourselves. A time for a serious talk to ourselves. When we seriously call ourselves for a conversation. And this time, you may have struggled with something, or you may have struggled with some issues for a year or so. You may have struggled with certain issues for a period of time. And you've been worried now, for how long will this last? For how long will I keep arguing with my spouse? For how long will I feel uncomfortable in my marriage? For how long will I feel uncomfortable with my boss? For how long will I feel uncomfortable with the position I am today? For how long will I sit and watch things happen the way they are happening? For how long will I wait? For how long will I keep calling? For how long will I keep spending my time and spending my money and not seeing anything coming forth from what I invest? You may have struggled with so many things. There are so many things in life that we struggle with. And these issues of life, they come sometimes to a halt. And sometimes they come out and we get a solution. Let us not think at last things fell into place. No, things don't just fall in place. And if you wait for things to fall in place, it may never come. If you wait for things to fall in place, it may not happen. And if it happens, it might not happen as you wish. So guys, here is a time when we put a reflection, when we reflect on our lives, when we reflect on the things and issues around us. And so guys, today I thought that why don't I talk about this talking to oneself? A time comes when I need a quiet time. A time comes when I need a time for myself. A time comes when I don't need to be bothered. I don't want anyone around me. I just want to be alone so that I can reflect on issues around my life. And I find this a very good place for reflection. I find this a quiet place. I find this a serene place for reflection. On a day like this, when you are free, when you have no much around you, when you have no much activities, you just sit a place like here on this stone and reflect. on your life and reflect on the issues around your life. So there comes a time of clarity, a time when a light seems to flash in our mind and it wakes us up. So when it wakes us up, we may say that things just fell in place, as I have just said. We may say that things just fell in place at last. Now, this is the moment. Yes, this is the right moment. It is the God moment. Do we need a wake-up call to understand that fellowship with God is more important than fellowship with men? We don't need a wake-up call. This is a God moment. We don't need a wake-up call to understand that fellowship with God is more important than fellowship with men. Let us seek to please God than to please men. And we have seen all those who pleases God, they always reap the fruit of their labor. If you keep pleasing men, men will always disappoint. Men will always let you down. And human being will always be human being. You know, there is sometimes that somehow huwa tunajidanganya that this man is a better person than this other. This human being is a good person. No. Human being will always be human being. It's only the fellowship with God that will never disappoint. It's only a journey with God that will never disappoint. It's only union and the fellowship. I mean, it is only that unity with God that will never disappoint. But if we keep trusting in men, men will always frustrate us. They will always disappoint us. You will trust them today, but tomorrow they will give you a different outcome of what you thought. You will trust that they will help you out of your problems, but they will cause more problems than solution. So this is a God moment, a moment when we need to sit and reflect. We need to sit and talk to our heart. We need to sit and have a genuine conversation with ourselves. Now, this is the time when we ought to understand that the total satisfaction that we need in life will only come from God and God alone. It only comes when we follow Christ's plan for our life instead of following our plan for life. Because in most of the time, yes, we have plans for our lives, but we don't commit those plans before God. We don't commit them before the one who has the timeline, the one who has the real plan, the one who has the real picture of what is to happen today. He knows the future from the beginning. He knows the future from the present. So this is the only one who cannot disappoint. So let us learn to follow Christ's plan for our lives rather than following our own. He's the only one who can change our lives forever. Okay, when we sit talking to ourselves, when we sit reflecting on our lives in a genuine manner, in a quiet place, in a place of isolation where we totally look at all corners without anything hidden before us. That is the time when we get realizations and change that brings a total turnaround in our lives. It is the time to choose. What is this that we choose? We choose trusting over worrying. We don't get worried anymore, but we choose to trust that the way is made for us. We choose to trust that He has the best plans for us. That we choose to trust that even though it doesn't seem positive at the moment, things gonna be all right. Things gonna change. Things gonna become what we are praying for and what we are waiting upon. So we choose courage over fear. We choose to be courageous over fear of failure, fear of defeat, fear of loss. We choose courage and we walk on a path of thanksgiving because we are sure that God is walking the journey with us. We walk a journey full of courage that everything is in order. Even when everything seems like it's falling, we have that courage that it shall be well and God is gonna work it out for us. We choose peace over strife. We choose to be peaceful right from inside our hearts to outside. You know, what comes from inside is what we see. So we choose peace over strife. We choose faith over doubt and anxiety. Anxiety is a disorder. Fear will bring us anxiety. Fear will bring us doubt. Fear will bring us pain, and it will bring us unhealthy lifestyle. So we choose faith over doubt and anxiety. We choose to have hope over desperation and worry. We choose hope over despair and worry. When we feel like we are worried about, we have a fear of the unknown, we are worried about what we don't understand, we just choose to have hope in our lives. We choose to love rather than hate and fear. You know, most of us are living in fear, not because we are not loved, but because we don't trust the love that we see. The love that we see from our spouses, from our friends, from our family members, from those people that we work with, the colleagues, from our business partners. So we don't trust them like fully. We don't trust the love that they show us. Some of us show us love because they want to take advantage of us. And imagine, someone out there is talking evil about you, is talking ill of you, even though they have benefited from you. After they have crossed over the bridge, they come back without thanksgiving. They don't come thanking you. They don't come appreciating you. They go talking ill about you. So we choose love over hatred and fear. Don't fear anything. Just choose to love. You will have some peace, an inner peace that is satisfying. We choose relief over distress. When we keep on getting distressed, when we keep on getting distressed over issues that we cannot control, we cause ourselves trouble in our hearts, and we find ourselves suffering physically, mentally, emotionally, and at the end of the day, it's time we smiled to life. Guys, don't worry the noise you hear. There are natural noises around here. The birds are chirping. The river is flowing down there, but still there is some construction going on up here. So don't worry, niko kwa site. It is time to smile to life. It is time we smiled to life. It is time we took the positive side of life. It's time we loved and laughed. It is time we encouraged and we hugged. It's time we took things easily. It is time we took life just as it is. Because for things that you cannot change, just leave them. For things that you can change, ask God to show you the change that you need to do. So guys, it is time to have some time to talk to ourselves, look for a place and talk to your heart. And so guys, until the next video, let's meet there. And guys, I love you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe, as I had asked in the beginning. Please don't fail to subscribe. Please subscribe to this channel so that we can grow to 1,000 subscribers and more. And until next time, God bless you and bye bye.